Okay, we're back, we're live, we're here Thursday. Thursday is one day before the end of the week, or as some people say, it's only 3 more work days in the week. And we're doing our first show on Thursday, which is Aloha United We Stand. And let me explain. Aloha United Way, is a wonderful charitable organization, and it raises money throughout the community on a very democratic basis, I would say, and then it distributes that money to worthy charities. And it keeps a lot of charities going, or if it doesn't keep them going, at least it helps them significantly. And in our experience in handling the various guests that Aloha United Way sends down to us, it's been a great learning experience for me, and I've learned that Aloha United Way is really the bastion of the social safety net in our community. And it helps people in so many places, in so many ways. It's very touching. And I just don't know about any organization with that kind of reach that it could help people in so many ways. So I appreciate them, and I appreciate you as one of the objects of their affection.
Thank you.
That's Lyn Moku. She runs Lanakila Meals on Wheels. Lanakila just down the block on Vineyard there. And she's here to tell us about how Meals on Wheels work. And we're really curious because we have had no experience with Meals on Wheels. So tell us about how you got involved with Meals on Wheels first, Lyn.
I was actually referred to Meals on Wheels by a couple of my business associates. We were working together on the Hawaii Family Caregiver Coalition, and they told me about Lanakila Meals on Wheels, and I had an opportunity to talk to our president and CEO, Marian Suji, and she was just so passionate about the organization and this program, Meals on Wheels. That's how I got there. I really wasn't looking for a change at that time, and yet after speaking with Marian, I just felt it was the right place for me to be.
Were you in business before, or in some
I
other
worked
charitable
for
venture?
another nonprofit organization, yes.
Okay. And have you had a whole career in nonprofit organizations?
The last 20 years.
That's a career.
Yes,
Good
and
for you.
before that I was in business. But
What kind of business was it?
I worked for some great companies, Alexander and Baldwin, Finance Factors, Liberty Bank, a number of different types of industries, and they all kind of just led me into the nonprofit sector, and working for small nonprofits, all of that experience really helped me run small offices. And of course now being at Lanakila, it's a big operation, so
We're going to find out how
yes.
big. But what was it that made you go to the other side like that? I mean, would you say this is a life calling for you?
I really do. I think that everything that I've done in my career led me to this. But even my first volunteer job, I was 19 years old and volunteering. And in the back of my mind, it was something that I told myself, I want to do this. Someday I want to help other people. I just had no idea that it would bring me to where I am today.
Let me throw a concept at you and see what you think. Somebody on that seat yesterday told me that he believes that the millennials are a generation that want to pay back. They want to do good works for the community, more than generations over the past 30, 40 years. Do you agree with that?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. Most of our volunteers coming into the organization are older. Some of them have been involved for over 20 years. I think in time we'll see that group come into the organizations to help.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's talk about Meals on Wheels. Mm-hmm. First, the concept. The concept is there's somebody living alone or otherwise unable to go out and shop and cook and make meals. I'm making this up, I'm guessing. And what Meals on Wheels does is that you're going to knock at the door one lunchtime and say, we're here to deliver a meal for you because we know you need our help. And you do that on a regular basis, and thus these people otherwise unable to make their own meals, who have no money, I guess, also, get fed? How close am I in my guess?
You're almost 100% correct, but I'll tell you a little bit about the program. Meals on Wheels is a nutrition program. You know, we provide a healthy meal, 1/3 of the daily nutritional requirements. So first of all, it's a nutrition program for seniors, people over 60 years old. In our home delivery program, it's for people who are homebound. They're not able to get out of their home. Some of them aren't able to get out of a chair or their bed. They don't drive, they don't go shopping. They're pretty isolated.
But they're aging in place.
They are aging in
They're
place.
not in an institution.
No, they're not.
Because they'd be fed in the institution if that were the case.
That's right.
You're feeding them while they age in place.
And that's what they want, and that's what we want.
And that's what the community wants, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it
Isn't that the
does.
optimal way to age?
It really is.
Yeah.
None of us would want to go into an institution. You know, we've lived in our home, some of us, our entire life, and or at least maybe their married life. So it's hard to leave that and go someplace foreign to them or alien. That is the goal, to be able to age in place.
So make me a person who's aging in place. Make me somebody who can't get out. Put me in this area, you know, around the downtown area. And I say to myself, gee, I'm hungry and I need nutrition. So I want to, and I heard about you. I heard about you on ThinkTech. And I call you and I say, hi, Lyn, can you help me? What happens then?
Then I would ask you some questions. You know, I want to get some information from you, and partly because to be in this program, you have to meet certain eligibility requirements. So I will talk with you, and then I'm going to schedule a meeting so that I can meet with you in your home and do an in-home assessment with you. So when we do that, when we go into your home...
Don't tell me yet.
Okay.
Tell me after this break.
Okay.
After this break, we're going to have this assessment in my home where you come over and say hi.
Okay.
That's Lyn Moku. She does Lanakila Meals on Wheels. Here on Aloha United, we stand. We're talking about, what did I style this show? Hungry for Meals on Wheels. We'll be right back.
Aloha, my name is Jim Sean, and I'm host of a show called Education Movers, Shakers, and Reformers. Each week, live streaming at noon on ThinkTech Hawaii, we interview people who have special insights into education, from early education through K-12, all the way through higher education and beyond. Both public and private are areas we're interested in. We dig deeper. We try to find out what it's really like to be involved in making change, advocating for it, how you reform, what people's philosophies are in reforming it. As I said, we're live streaming every Wednesday at noon on ThinkTech Hawaii. And later on, you can find these interviews on YouTube and on the Hawaii Educational Policy Center website. We hope you join us as many times as possible. Aloha.
Okay, we're back. We're with Lyn Moku. She's with Lanakila Meals on Wheels. It's not to be confused with Hawaii Meals, which is another such organization.
Yes, it is.
And we're talking about this evaluation moment where you come to my house and you look around. What are you looking for, and what are you asking me there?
Well, I'm asking you some questions about activities of daily living. You know, if you're able to do the most basic activities, things like, are you able to eat? Can you feed yourself? Can you dress yourself? Can you bathe or transfer from a chair to a wheelchair or a wheelchair to a bed? How about toileting? Do you need help toileting? Those are the most basic needs, things that we take for granted every single day. But a lot of our seniors need help to accomplish those activities. So that's one of the most basic criteria. If you need help with at least 2 activities of daily living, you're going to be eligible. And then,
Are you going to provide that assistance for me, or are you going to be limited to the meal?
We provide meals for you.
Okay.
But we can also put you in touch with other providers that can come in and help you with those activities.
Okay.
So we're able to provide that, the information and referral services, and connect you with other community-based services.
Why do you need to know about my ability to get around?
Because this program is specifically for people in need of help. Many of our seniors are living alone. They have nobody to help them. They're not able to do things by themselves, so they really need help. They can't go out shopping. Many of them aren't able to cook a meal, prepare a meal, or even if they are able to, say, microwave something, if they're using a walker or even a wheelchair, especially a walker, it's hard to move that food from the table or from the counter to a table to sit down and eat.
It may be dangerous for them to try.
That's right.
What about senility and the ability to know what's going on? Is that a feature into your evaluation?
So if a person has cognitive impairment, then they would also be eligible. So those are really the criteria, and of course 60 years and older. You know, our target population is low income minority, non-English speaking, living alone or living isolated in a rural community. But this program is not just for people who are low income. There are no income requirements for the nutrition programs. Although that is our target audience, or I should say population, you know, we're able to help anyone who meets the criteria for the program.
And if I have somebody living with me, say a spouse, who can help me, who can shop and cook and all that, do I not qualify?
If that person is your primary caregiver, then you would qualify, because she is providing the services that you need, the help that you need to maintain your independence. And that's the other thing about this program. The services that we provide and the other community-based services will help you maintain your independence and live at home as long as possible.
Yeah, age in place.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I make some more guesses, if you don't mind. I guess that you're going to deliver this meal to me at mealtime, within a zone of time. I guess you're going to do 3 meals a day, but that's a weak guess. And I guess that you're going to help, especially if I'm unable to get up. You're going to come into my house and you're going to place the meal in a place where I can eat it, and you're going to make some nice small talk and then leave. And this is free for me. Am I right about those things?
You're right about it being free. There is no cost for the meals that we provide. We give our participants an opportunity to make a contribution, but many of our seniors are on fixed income. They're not able to make a contribution, and that would never affect whether or not they are eligible for services. We deliver 1 meal a day. It's a noontime, a lunchtime meal, and we deliver 2 types of meals, both hot or frozen. So the hot meal is definitely meant to be eaten today, you know, within a couple of hours. And when we bring that meal into you, we're going to ask you, where would you like it? Do you want it on the table? Do you want us to put it in the refrigerator so that you can heat it up later? And then whatever your desire is, we can do that for you. With the frozen meals, we deliver 5 meals at a time, complete meals, and so 5 different entrees. And our seniors really seem to
5.
like them.
5. That'll last me for a while. 5.
It'll last you 5 days because the program is really 5 meals a week.
Is this intended to be my total nutrition? I mean, is
No.
it, okay, it's just one meal?
Just one meal a
And
day.
I'm on my own for the other meals?
Yes, right now, yes.
What do people do?
Sometimes their family will bring them food. They'll have their friends or family go out and buy food for them and bring it into the home. But, you know, for some of our seniors, this is the only nutritional meal that they're getting. It is 1/3 of the daily nutritional requirement. But some of our seniors have very little to eat, and on a fixed income, this is their major meal of the day for many of them.
Yeah. So if you bring me, say, a week's supply of frozen meals, maybe I get hungry and I eat them all in 2 days. Is that what happens?
Sometimes it does happen.
Yeah. Now, what kind of menu are we talking about here for the hot and the frozen?
Well, Lanakila Pacific has, we have our own kitchen, Lanakila Kitchen. So the kitchen prepares meals for our clients. And then we also contract with Kahuku Medical Center to prepare some meals on the other side of the island. Today's hot meal is next week's frozen meal. So when our kitchen prepares hot meals for today, they also prepare enough meals for us to freeze for next week's meals. We have a six-week rotation cycle, so our menu is going to rotate after 6 weeks. And
So what are we talking about here? Is it a lot of starch? Is it no starch? Is it, how much protein is involved? What kind of protein?
there is protein, just enough for your 1/3 requirement. We serve brown rice only, whole wheat bread, a healthy spread, a fruit serving, and that fruit could be a fruit cup, orange, banana, no apples because our seniors really have a hard time chewing the apples, and a little carton of milk. That is a complete meal. And within our entree, our frozen or hot meal, we have the protein, the carb, which is either pasta or brown rice, and a vegetable serving.
Dessert?
No dessert. You're on your own for dessert.
How can you live without dessert?
Well, the fruit can be your dessert.
Okay, well, sure, the fruit can be the dessert. So, you know, I just wonder, suppose somebody has a dietary limitation, either medical, religious, cultural, I mean, there's a lot of dietary limitations out there.
Right.
What do you do?
Well, all of our meals are modified. They're all low sodium and low fat. So we don't serve regular meals, and regular meals are what you and I are used to. Large portions, very flavorful, lots of fat and lots of sodium.
This is not like that.
No.
You're trying to keep people really healthy.
We are, and it's working. It really is working.
I want to know about that.
Okay. So, I mean, that is the thing about the program. When I mentioned that it's a nutrition program, it really is, because we want our seniors to eat healthy so that they can improve their health. That's going to help them maintain their independence and stay at home too.
You have metrics on this? I mean, that it does improve their health?
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, we survey our clients. We have surveys even from our national organization, Meals on Wheels America. And our participants here in Hawaii tell us, you know, about 84% of them say that they feel better, that their health has improved, their blood pressure is lower. Some of them have lost weight, so they feel better because they've lost. Others have told us that they've put on a little weight because they were too thin. We are able to accommodate some dietary restrictions or even religious preferences, but we cannot provide specialized meals. We provide chopped or pureed food. for people who have difficulty chewing or swallowing. So in those situations, we're working with a doctor, getting a doctor's prescription.
Not everybody gets the chopped.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So I'm really asking you about demographics. How many meals do you serve on a given day?
700-800 meals for home delivery program, and we have two programs. We have both group dining and home delivery.
Oh, you have group dining?
Yes, we have group dining
Oh.
program also.
Let's take a short break, Lyn,
Okay,
and come back and talk about the group dining.
okay.
This is something I didn't guess, and I would really like to know about it. That's Lyn Moku. She does Lanakila Meals on Wheels. Here on Aloha United We Stand. We're talking about hungry for Meals on Wheels. We'll be right back. It's making me hungry, all of it. But I also feel you could help me with the lack of sodium, too. We'll be right back.
Aloha, my name is Miley Scarpino, and I'm the host of the Empower Hour. If you're interested in health, nutrition, fitness, here on the island of Oahu, want to learn more about places to train at or different trainers available, then watch my show on Fridays at 3. We have a great time, and I hope that you'll come join us. Much aloha. Now go get swole.
Aloha, I'm Kili'i Akina, president of the Grassroot Institute and host on Ehana Kako, a weekly program on the ThinkTech Hawaii broadcast network. Ehana Kako means let's work together. Think of the sad alternative, let's not work together. Here in Hawaii, with all of our diversity and the richness of the people, it's important for us to come together around issues on the basis of what's right and what's good and what's going to serve the common good. And that's what we try to do at Ehana Kako. Every week we interview movers and shakers, people in government, business, and other sectors of society to talk about how to create together a better government, economy, a better world here in Hawaii that can bless the rest of the world. I thank you for your attention to ThinkTech Hawaii, and we look forward to seeing you every Monday, 2 to 3 p.m. on the ThinkTech Hawaii broadcast network. We're Ehana Kako, and we wish you well. Aloha.
Okay, we're here with Lyn Moku learning about Meals on Wheels. It's very interesting, and it's Aloha United We Stand. That's because Aloha United is one of the supporting agencies. And we're talking about Hungry for Meals on Wheels. It sounds like it would be very healthy to do this on a rate for everybody. But okay, so now the group dining, that's the part I had no idea. Maybe you had an idea, but I didn't have an idea. What's it like? How do you do that? How many people are served? What kind of social experience is it, is my real question.
For our seniors, it's a great social experience, and that's why they're in the group dining sites. So we provide this nutritional meal to 16 group dining sites across the island, just about every community. And 5 of these sites are actually operated by other entities. Like Catholic Charities has Lanakila multi-purpose centers. So we have 5 sites that we just provide the meals to, and the other 11 sites are staffed by our employees, our group dining staff. We have about 600 people in the group dining program, Monday through Friday from 8 until noon. So they'll come into this the center, or we have these programs at parks and recreation sites, senior housing, just all over the community, different community
So you deliver
sites.
the sort of a preset number of meals to each one of these centers, and then pre-registered people
Exactly.
appear at the center, and they're able to eat. And they know
Right.
each other because they
do.
eat there every day.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And our kitchen will prepare the meals, deliver it to the
It's
site.
the same meal as the people are getting at home.
Yes, it's just 1 week early. So it's a hot meal this week. That meal is going to be a frozen meal next week for our home
okay.
delivery clients.
Okay.
So at group dining, they're going to go into the site. It really is a social environment that's really important to the seniors.
Yeah.
The isolation that people have at home,
Crushing.
it really is, but here they can go to a place where they socialize with their friends. They can be doing arts and crafts, playing bingo, going on excursions.
So they may stay the whole day there.
Well, they probably would like to, but we're
gotta
right
be
now,
contained,
it
yeah.
is, and right now it's just from 8 until noon.
Okay, but the meal is the center of it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What time do you serve lunch?
Around 11. Most
Perfect.
of our sites right around
Perfect. So
11.
it's the closer then.
Yes, it is.
They're having the social experience and then they close with
Yes, yes.
the meal.
You know, and for many of our seniors, you know, I really do feel that the socialization is just as important as that meal.
Oh, sure.
Someone to talk to. You know, we have some people that will go into the site and they'll sit there and do a crossword puzzle. They won't talk to anyone, you know, but they're there in the presence of others, and that's what's important to them.
Isn't that interesting?
It is.
Just to be near someone,
Yes.
to know that somebody is aware of your presence.
Yes.
Is a social experience.
It is.
You heard this here. I learned this here. Thank you for that, Lyn.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what about the homeless? Why can't I come down and have a meal on wheels if I'm homeless?
If you're 60 years old, for our group dining program, you can come to our program. To be eligible for the group dining program, you just have to be 60 years old.
That's it.
That's it. Come in, you know, we'll do a little assessment and enroll you in the program. And then you do have to eat the meal on site. You can't take it with it. Can't take it with you.
What about, I guess, well, I'm trying to figure what this concept would be. You'd be alone, probably, if you were homeless. You'd be alone, and you'd come in. But what if you had a family? What happens to the family?
The program is only for the seniors, so
Right.
we're not able to bring families into this program.
Yeah. What's your meal cost? I mean, you must have a number in your
It
mind.
varies.
Yeah.
You know, we have a program also for people who want to purchase our meals from us.
Oh,
And it's like a fee-for-service
Yeah,
program.
yeah.
It's the same food that our seniors are getting.
yeah. Maybe they want to get
And
healthy.
That's exactly what, I mean, we could do it. Anyone could order the food.
But you don't have to qualify as the
No,
other.
no.
The free meals, you gotta meet those requirements, but not for the.
Right.
I could be anybody, not meet any requirements, and you'd still sell a meal to
Yes,
me.
I would. And that's $8.50 a meal.
I figure the meal cost will be right around there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not bad, you know. And this would be for a full meal rather than just a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah. So let's talk about Meals on Wheels America, because I heard you say that, and I realized that, as so many other charities, you're national. Tell me about how the organization got started. Tell me about how you're connected to it.
Well, we are a member of their organization. They're not our parent company. Lanakila Meals on Wheels is a local corporation that's been in Hawaii for over 75 years.
75 years?
75 years.
Doing this, what you have described.
This and other things, but the Meals on Wheels program, when it was first introduced to the nation, that was 44 years ago. So Lanakila has been providing meal service for 44 years. The Meals on Wheels Association of America is a organization that Meals on Wheels programs across the nation are a part of. We're members of their organization.
Are the rules the same in different states? I mean, for example, you talked about the 60-year age requirement. Would that be the same all over the country, or would it be different?
If they're receiving federal funds, then the criteria is the same. If they're running their own programs separate, they're not receiving government funds, then they can do pretty much anything they want to do.
It sounds like this is a pretty all-important program. And is there an issue about the federal funds? Are there years? I assume you get federal funds just like they do.
We get both state and federal funds, and this year we were able to get some city funds also. Government, we believe that government money is not going to be there forever.
Right.
You know.
Good thinking.
And at Lanakila, we're striving to become self-sufficient.
How can you do that?
Well, We are a very unique organization. We have social enterprise programs. Lanakila Kitchen is one of our social enterprises. We have trainees, people with disabilities, intellectual, physical disabilities, in a training program. They're learning kitchen skills. When they graduate from the program, they're able to get jobs out in the community. So they're earning a living while they're earning job skills. But the proceeds from Lanakila Kitchen, because we also have a fabulous catering business. We provide meals to charter schools, kindergarten, adult day centers. The proceeds from Lanakila Kitchen will come back to support the programs at Lanakila.
Ah, okay.
And then we also have custom products. They do silk screening of t-shirts, embroidery of caps, proceeds from...
With the same staff?
Yes.
The staff who you're training, or?
A different staff.
Different staff.
A different staff.
But people who might be handicapped?
Yes.
People who might be
Or
elderly?
have challenges, people
Yeah.
with challenged lives.
Yeah, why not?
And
Yeah.
yes, so they're earning a living, they're earning job skills. And so that's what we're looking at. How do we become more self-sufficient? Because we know that government funding is dwindling, and it may not always be there for us.
Yeah, wow. That's a great idea. Is this a long time, or is this something relatively recent?
I think it's the concept has been there for many, many years, but this year in particular, we're really looking at how do we really move this forward?
And become resilient?
And really, yes, exactly.
So, okay, but so far I get Aloha United Way provides you some funds, the federal government provides you funds, the state provides you funds, the city now recently provides you funds. Do independent contributors provide you funds? In other words, can I write a check and get a charitable deduction?
You certainly can.
It's a 501c3.
C3, yes.
Okay.
And, you know, we have tremendous support from the community, from individuals, people like you and me, corporations, foundations. You know, Hawaii has always been known to be such a giving state. You know, our people are just very giving and supportive of the program. So we get help from everyone, and that's pretty much what it takes to be able to provide services to other people in our state.
And you have a niche, it sounds like. I mean, as opposed to just a food, I would call it a soup kitchen kind
Yes.
of distribution of food. Although it strikes me that if you didn't exist, it's a question, what would happen?
I don't know what would happen, because a moment ago you asked about the Meals on Wheels Association, and you know, they are telling us that there are 42,000 seniors in Hawaii who have food insecurity. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. We are only serving 2,100 people, a little over 2,000 people. So what is happening to the other 40,000 seniors?
They're going hungry, actually.
They are going hungry, they are. And, you know, so there's a tremendous need. We're just scratching the surface right now. You know, in about 5 years, 2020, one out of 4 people are going to be age 60 or older.
And unable to be part of the workforce.
Right.
So it's going to get more serious.
With our growing, aging population, the baby boomers, Hawaii has one of the longest longevities for seniors.
Your plate will be full,
It
as
will
it were.
be, you know, and so if we're struggling now to meet the needs for our seniors, it's going to grow in time.
Yeah.
So I think we're all going to have to really pull together to support each other. The aging in place, when we talk about aging in place versus someone having to go into an institution because their health is bad or whatever it is, you know, they're just not able to live alone anymore. The cost of institutionalization is so
Much
high.
greater, yeah. And also the quality of life of the individual who ages in place is much greater.
Yes, it is.
So it's a clear win on both ends of that. I wanted to ask you about the volunteers, because I think you said that Hawaii is a great, loving place, and indeed, Aloha United Way is helping a lot of organizations, hundreds of them, to do that aloha. But the question I think is, for me, is who volunteers for you? You said that you had a training program and all that. Who goes out and delivers? Who makes the meals? Who delivers the meals? Why do they do that? And what's the economic arrangement?
Well, our kitchens make the food.
Are they volunteers or?
We have a staff that's running the training program for our kitchen, but we have over 200 volunteers that help us Monday through Saturday deliver the meals to our clients. We have over 100 routes.
They take their own cars or your cars?
They use their own cars. We're able to offer reimbursement for mileage reimbursement.
That's very nice. Well, I'm sure a lot of them don't take it, eh?
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. That's part of their giving back.
Yeah.
But we could never do what we're doing. We provided over 260,000 meals for the last 2 fiscal years to 2,100 seniors. In our delivery operation, we have a staff of 4 people, and the rest of the people are volunteers who come in, they help package the meals, pick them up, and deliver the meals to our seniors.
How many does an average volunteer take in his or her car?
It could be anywhere from 5 to 10 meals, depending on.
And then the job is done that day?
It is, yes.
You come back the next day?
Yes.
It's not hard.
No, it's not hard. Or maybe the volunteer is only going to be able to give us 1 day a week or 2 days a week. So, and then if they get a cold or they want to go on a vacation or something, then we have to find volunteers to fill that vacancy.
Yeah.
So we're
Just
always
scheduling.
looking for
It strikes me
volunteers.
that although somebody else is preparing for it and somebody else is paying for it, the volunteer is the one delivering it.
Yes,
And he's or she is at the moment of truth,
yes.
because that's the moment that somebody's being fed.
Mm-hmm.
And there must be a huge amount of gratification in being there and delivering the most important thing in the world, food, to somebody who needs food. It must be a huge experience for anybody who does volunteer. Yeah.
I think it is, and some of our volunteers have been doing this for 20 years. Some of our volunteers are now retiring, because they've been doing it for so long. And there's that connection with our clients.
Yeah.
Because they're making that delivery on a regular basis. They get to know the senior. And for the senior, that volunteer sometimes is the only person they see all day long. And if they have no family member, it's the only person they see.
Yeah. So there's a huge bond involved.
It really is. It's their connection to the outside world. It's somebody to talk to.
Do you ever go out with them?
Yes. And, it's just being able to talk to someone for a short time. I just always remember the story about the women, our little old ladies who are all dressed up and sitting in a chair by the door waiting for the volunteer to come, because that's their friend and, it's somebody to talk to. So,
Okay, speaking of talking to, I always like to extend to our guests the opportunity to talk to our David Ige camera. It's over there. That's the one over there. That's okay. So, do you have anything you'd like him to know about Meals on Wheels? Do you have anything you'd like to say to him? There he is.
I think what I would like to say is that, the legislature cut $1.2 million from the Kapuna Care funds last year or this year. And that funding is really important. So I hope that you will look at that, you and the legislature, and really continue to fund Kapuna Care for all of the programs that are benefiting our seniors. They're vital safety net programs that we cannot do without. So we are very dependent on you. we appreciate the support you've given us in the past, and we just hope that you will continue to support our seniors again.
Great, wonderful. Lyn Moku, who loves her work.
I do.
At Lanakila Meals on Wheels, here, Aloha United, we stand, hungry for Meals on Wheels. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aloha.